Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to listeners across Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. This is the main event of the evening. Daniel Dubois makes his next fight against Ricardo Snijders. I think it's not Schneiders anyway. So we're just waiting for that. We're just watching the end of the fight with Sonny Edwards passing his latest test. Good win for him. Showed some good character in his fight earlier on. Twisted his ankle in the middle of the fight as well. Showed some good skill against the guy who was trying to hunt him down. So we just get ready for Daniel Dubois versus Snijders. Hope that you're all well. Let us know where you're watching this broadcast. If you watch it on Facebook, let us know you watch it on Facebook. If you watch it on Twitch, let us know you watch it on Twitch. And if you watch it on YouTube, then let us know you're watching it on YouTube and let us know where you are watching this broadcast. It's always good to know. Yeah, Sonny Edwards now just is in the ring and he just got his one hand up and he just got the victory. Yeah, it was a good performance for Sonny Edwards against an experienced fighter who had good punching power. Congratulations. So he's still the IBF super flyweight champion. I think he can go places, Sonny Edwards. He can go places against the best in the world. Don't know. It's possible. He's got a good skill set there. He's just got to hold on to his belt there. He just dropped his belt on the floor. But yeah, he's just putting his belt around on his arm now. Yeah, the belt's just about as big as him. But yeah, they say the man from Croydon, but now is actually training up in Sheffield. But yeah, congratulations. I like Sonny Edwards. I think he's got a lot of talent, a lot of skill there. I don't know. He's got the ability to go a long way. It just depends on I think concentration is going to be key for him. He's really going to have to concentrate in fights, even fights where he thinks he's in total control of. Because when you start moving up the world level, as you've seen with Dillian Whyte, when you make one mistake in world boxing, you're in trouble. But he's got a good skill set there, Sonny Edwards, and I look forward to seeing more of him. But the big fight tonight is Dubois versus Snijders. We're just waiting now. I think it's run a bit over. We thought the fight would start at 10 o'clock, hence why we set for 10. There's no boxing at the moment, so we're just waiting to see what is going on. So we're just waiting to see what is going on. So we're just waiting to see what is. Sonny is annoying. Why is he annoying? Ruben, what's annoying about him? Good evening, Ruben, by the way. How are you? What's annoying about him? I think he's a talented fighter. I think he could go do you remember Too Smooth Booth? He's a cross between Too Smooth Booth and the guy that used to fight with the Irish kid. He won world title. He won a world title. And then he got back injured and retired from with Adam Booth. Can't remember his name again. He's got that sort of thing about him. But he's got a good talent now. He's got a good talent. You've got to give the guy credit. He's got good boxing ability, good boxing brain. What I liked most about the fight wasn't so much the boxing ability under pressure. Got hit with some good shots. I like the way when he's getting hit with a shot, he was turning his head when he's getting hit with shots. That was nice. But there's a moment here, I think it's round 10. Yeah, round 10. Where his ankle almost looked like it went. And he was able to fight through that. So it showed, to me, mental strength and ability to get on with it, even though he had the injuries. So some fighters might have had more problems with it, but he got through it in the toughest fight of his career. In a fight where a lot of people thought he got chinned. The commentator, in introducing Sonny Edwards, says he's been chinned before. It's quite funny, actually. Oh, I like BT. I like BT style. I like BT. Oh, he's annoying on Twitter. Okay, well, it's interesting. Well, he might annoy you more if he wins a world title, just getting David Hay here. Earlier on, it was quite interesting. Tyson Fury was talking about, did an exclusive interview with BT Sports. He was in the building. Obviously, he fights on BT. So Tyson Fury was just talking about Deontay Wilder. And he said that in the 12th round, when he actually took the fight to Wilder, when he got dropped by Wilder, he took the fight to Wilder. He realized that Wilder felt uncomfortable with him being put onto the back foot. So yeah, it was quite interesting. He said that. I do remember years ago saying the way you would beat Wilder is to back him up and use the double jab. So Fury realised in the 12th round, actually he probably found it by mistake. His fighting instinct was to, when he got dropped, was to take the fight to Wilder rather than step off. And he said that it's suicidal. It's either him or the other guy. And unfortunately for him, it's worked for him in a shootout. It's a risky policy, and you have to have a lot of balls to do it. He says, well, it's down to the man who's got more balls, more guts, and who wants it more. So Fury on the night wanted it more. So it's interesting. So Wilder knows in this rematch. Good evening, Ms. TT UK. Sound like a bit of a radio DJ there, didn't I? Miss TT UK. You like that? It's quite good. If I do say so myself. How are you, my dear? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. I really do. As we get ready for Daniel Dubois. Sonny Edwards here still talking about his performance. I haven't got a clue what he's saying. And his bro's just looking at him like, all right, yeah, are you going to let me time to talk? Yep, okay, fine. Yeah, bro, you're going to let me talk. I'm the guy who won a world title, not you. You're still talking. Look, bro, like I'm smiling, but you need to stop talking now. Bro, yo, his way he's looking at him. Yeah, I want to be on the mic. I'm the former world champion. Yo. Yeah, and this is a funny thing, yeah. Why do they do it when brothers are fighting you? One brother's fought, and they would have got the other brother standing right next to him. The other brother standing right next to him, yeah. So of course we're asking, what do you think of your brother's performance? I mean, what's your bro gonna say? Well, I think you look crap tonight, personally. I think you look shit. Yeah, I thought he got caught with too many punches, and yeah, the guy was just a decent opponent, but nothing special. He's not gonna say that, is he? He's not going to say that. Of course he's going to give his brother full of praise and say his brother boxed brilliantly and he's the best thing since sliced bread. Do you mean? It's like when Paul Smith's talking about Callum Smith. He's never going to say Callum Smith ducks certain opponents. It's just not going to happen, is it? Just doesn't happen. So, I mean, I think it's pointless. Why do you have family members talking about family members who are participating? No family member is going to turn around and say, yeah, he's pretty shit, really. He's not very good. He ducks the best fighters. He's not got a good chin. Got a terrible defense. Not got great footwork, He's in above his head in this fight. You're never going to say that. Unless you've got rival brothers that don't like one another. Then that would be interesting. That would be really interesting if you've got one bro or you got one member of family that didn't like the other member of family and then put them on. That makes interesting. That will make interesting viewing. But don't put on a brother with one brother next to the other brother saying, what do you think his performance tonight? Of course you're going to say, yeah, he boxed well tonight. I mean, it's pointless. Waste of time. Oh, we're still watching Daniel Dubois weigh in now. He's a big guy. He's a bit of a unit. But again, I'll always say this about Daniel Dubois. Until he proves me different, he seems like a guy. He's a good flat track bully. In other words, in cricket terms, that's a guy that can play, who looks a guy who can hit the ball everywhere when it suits his conditions, when it suits him. But when things don't suit him, he's not very good. So I'm yet to be convinced of Daniel Dubois, the fighter who gets backed up. I don't how he fights. Yeah, you're showing clips of Anthony Yard. Is back. The beast from the east is on his way back. So he's got a fight against Spellman next week on BT Sports. Shout out to EE for their 3-month promotion of BT Sports. Shout out. So 12th of September, Anthony Yard is back. Paul Dempsey should know better, but he called Anthony Yard world-class Anthony Yard. I'm not sure where he got the world-class Anthony Yard from, because, of course, Anthony Yard fought against Sergey Kovalev in a spirited performance, but ultimately got knocked out by Sergey Kovalev. So, I'm not sure where the world class comes from, but there you go. TTK UK asked the question. I'm good, thanks. Just about to watch the fight. Who have you got to win and how? Well, if it goes according to plan, and Daniel Dubois keeps his distance, uses the jab. I'm looking for Daniel Dubois to throw that right hand through the guard, through the middle of the guard of our friend here, Mr. Snijders. The only concern, Dubois should win this fight. He should win this fight well with another spectacular knockout. This guy hasn't been knocked out before. He's got fast hands. The one thing I didn't say in my preview, which is something we need to look at, is if this guy gets swinging, he swings wild. He swings wide. He doesn't swing so much. He doesn't throw shots down the middle. His shots are very wide. He comes round the bend. Do you mean he really wings his shots? So Dubois got to be careful when he pulls straight back from punch. If he pulls straight back, and I still feel Dubois very kind of static, pretty stiff upper body stiffness. But Dubois should win this. He should win this fight if he keeps Schneider at the end of the jab. Snijders at the end of the jab and use that big raking right hand through the middle. Schneider has a habit of coming forward, tucking up tight. He actually has a habit of just standing right in the center of the ring with his gloves up, which means he just defends himself. He is then open, vulnerable to uppercuts, hooks, and he does like to get his head rocked back by jabs and right hands. So these are things that Schneider needs to be. Dubois should be, and his camp should have looked at off tape and said, "Look, guys like this should be taken care of. He should be handling business quite well." I will be very concerned if Schneider is able to get past the jab and get on his chest. Daniel Dubois, future heavyweight champion of the world. Nah, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think Dubois fought anybody yet for us to be making those big claims. He's a big puncher, but from the intel I've had, and this is intel from people who've sparred Daniel Dubois, the same suspicions I have about Dubois are the same suspicions that have come back from people who've actually directly sparred him. And it's that thing where he likes to give it out, but he doesn't like it coming back at him. The Richard Lartey fight is a fight that I look at, and Ruben Guerrero says he's going to walk him down. It's a blown-up cruiserweight, this guy. You see, this is the sort of arrogance that can come through. And this is this is what happened to you last week with Povetkin and White. Because the guy is a lighter guy, he's faster. Daniel Dubois is not the fastest in the world. You've got to understand that he's a big unit of a guy. So when you're fighting, he's a big unit of a guy. You know, he's slower. This guy's got fast hands. He moves in. He likes to come close, and he likes to close the range down. This fight only gets interesting if he gets past Dubois' jab. If he can get past Dubois' jab and get on the inside, it should be interesting. But Dubois is a big unit of a young man. You know, he's still a young man, still growing. So it will be interesting to see how Schneider's takes approach to this fight. Very interesting. It's a good fight still. It's a good fight if he gets past the jab. Yes, he's got power, but against who? Again, we talk heavyweights and power. Well, I want to see how he does against Joe Joyce, because Joe Joyce is going to come at him. He's going to hit with his best shot, and Joe Joyce has fought much better opposition as an amateur and as a pro. Dubois has not fought anywhere near the level that Joyce has been fighting at, and over and over and over it's been shown when you put a guy with very limited amateur experience or hasn't achieved as much as an amateur versus a guy who's done a lot as an amateur, you always find out when the big fights come up, the guy with a big amateur experience and success, that's the guy that seems to come through the big fights. So, good evening. How long before the ring walk? We're on our way, I think. Dubois just sitting down 14-0. He's just talking about the fight. You know, like I said, Dubois for the most part has had its own way. Again, I repeat, yet again, I've watched Dubois train up close. Again, it's all well and good for him. Big left jabs and big right hands on bags and fighting guys. But if you really ask yourself one question, who has Daniel Dubois fought leading up to the Joe Joyce fight? Who has he fought to prepare him to fight Joe Joyce? Joe Joyce is no mug. He's no bolt. And Joe Joyce is going to be bringing it. I told you already he's going to be bringing it. Dubois, if you ask the question who Dubois has fought, absolutely nobody. He's fought nobody. Do you know what I mean? He's bulldozed over guys who really, you know, that's what he's meant to do. This is the fight. Yeah, against who though? When you talk about being a huge puncher, against who? Who has he knocked over? Tell that to Audley Harrison. Huge amateur career, but well, we all know the story about his A-Force. I'll tell you a story about A-Force. My cousin used to manage A-Force, Audley Harrison. And when she stopped managing him, that's where the problem started. Audley wasn't dedicated to the amateur, the pro game. He wasn't dedicated. That's all that Audley. So DD has put them all on their asses in sparring. He's put AJ to sleep. Yes, but then there are other guys like Lawrence Okolie put him to sleep as a cruiserweight. AJ hasn't got the greatest chin in the world. That doesn't prove anything. So we can talk all we want about Daniel Dubois, but I'm telling you right here, until this man passes the acid test, which means getting hit back on the chin, when he gets hit back and there's some opposition against him, then we'll see. And the Richard Lartey fight was a glimpse of why this guy handles being put under pressure, and he panicked. So we'll see. It's all well and good giving it, but you got to take it in the heavyweight division. And that is the problem. That's my biggest problem with Daniel Dubois. Giving it seems fine. Taking it, not so sure. And until he takes it, and until he's in a fight against somebody who's really going to bring it to him, we'll wait and see. But tonight, what I expect to see is Dubois keeping Schneider at the end of the jab and using a big raking right hand through the middle. We're seeing picture of Daniel Dubois now in a black gown, just bouncing around back and forth, shadow boxing. Watching Richard Lartey fight here. Just showing bits of Richard Lartey fight. Now watching it. See, the double jab right hand is the key punch here, which is him knocking down Gorman, which I told everybody was going to knock Gorman out. Gorman was tailor-made for him. Just stand right in front of Dubois and get hit. I mean, this last guy fought, this Japanese Fujimoto. I think he was a middleweight at one point. To me, if you're going to say a guy's got punching power because he knocks over a middleweight, I mean, I'm not sure if that really is a Fujimoto. I mean, that's the last guy he fought. That's the last guy he fought. And then look at the type of guys that Joyce has been fighting. Guys. If he looks garbage, Frank's now masking Joyce this year. I know. He put Fury on his ass last times. I think DD may freeze under huge attack. You may be right, Ingram. Dubois 1-2, very good. The cream will always rise to the top. Well, depends. Depends. Sometimes cream curdles. Cream curdles. And you've got to remember, Daniel Dubois didn't have the amateur experience that a guy like Joyce. Joyce is proven. Joyce is proven. I don't understand where people get all this sort of confidence in Dubois. Confidence in Dubois. I don't know where you get the confidence from, because he knocked a few guys over. Which fight can you say, that's the fight there that showed me that Dubois is the real deal? Here you've got Tyson Fury in the studio here. Tyson knows his boxing. I've spoken to him many a time. And he knows his boxing very, very well. Very astute man. I remember when we did a Skype call together and we were talking. In fact, the second time I spoke to Tyson, back in around 2013. We had a long conversation. Me and Tyson used to do lots of long conversations. And one of the things I picked up from Tyson is he knows his fights. He knows boxing inside out. He can give you the history of boxing. He knows his sport very, very well. Very, very well. And he knows boxing. He really does. But yeah, back to this now. We're still waiting for Dubois to make his entrance to the ring. You'd have thought he'd made his entrance by now, but I don't know what's keeping him so long. So that's how long Tyson's going to be talking for now. Yeah. So where are you all listening to this from? Let us know where you are from. Are you watching it on Twitch? Are you watching it on Facebook? Are you watching it on YouTube? Where are you from? How long are you watching boxing? Let's just have a chat, an open chat until this fight begins. We're still waiting for Tyson. We're still watching Tyson Fury here talk. His jab is lethal. If it looks very dangerous, I think he will go all the way. Jab is good. But it's a jab that's slow. He's not got a fast jab, Dubois. He's got a nice jab. It's ramrod. It's not ramrod. He puts it out there. But it's not a great jab. He's got a decent jab. Not a great jab. He could be. There's no way Daniel Dubois will ever be the next Lennox Lewis. Never. The dynamics are totally different. One was an Olympic gold medalist. Daniel Dubois never got to the Olympics. So I don't, in terms of that Olympic standard. So looks better skilled than AJ in the same number of fights. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. And now you compare another Olympic gold medalist to Daniel Dubois. Please stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Always looking to see improvements in fighters, and DD hadn't changed much from his first fight, maybe due to not being tested slightly. Good point there. It's a fight on YouTube. No. Jab is madness. It's a fight on. It will be. Big up from West Country. Yes, big up to the West Country. Big up to West Country. How you doing, Oliver? I hope that you're well tonight, my friend. And Glenn Murphy, Facebook London. Yes, yes, yes. Big up London. Big top, big top. Wilder Fury ain't happening without a crowd. Well, you mean he ain't happening without a big crowd of money, right? Brixton in the house. Yes, Brixton in the house. We're still waiting to see. Here we go. Here's the man. Schneider making his way to the ring. Schneider walking to the ring. Looks like he's going for a walk in the park. The guy, listen, this guy doesn't mind having a row. In fact, that's his style, to have a row. It's Daniel Dubois' duty to stop him having a row tonight. And it's a small ring as well. Not a massive ring. It's a small ring. Well, it's a massive ring. In terms of heavyweight, it doesn't look like a big ring. Like I said, Schneider's got a style where he puts his hands up, likes to come forward, come in straight lines and just chuck punches. Now, the guy who's chucking on punches against that he lost in unanimous position, I don't know how many punches that guy Schneider threw. He's got very fast hands. I suspect he's got faster hands than Daniel Dubois. He also likes to throw punches wide, winging punches. Habit of holding his hands up tight in the middle of the ring. He likes to do that, but he likes to sit on your chest and work. Likes to work body shots as well. I would like to see Schneider get into this fight and get Daniel's back against the ropes. But if Daniel's back is against the ropes against this guy, that's not a good look. Dubois centers the ring, hold the center ring, and as this guy walks onto you, hit him with a hard right. We'll let him walk onto the right hand. Dubois has just got into the ring now, so we are almost set to go now, people. So here we go. Good opportunity for Schneider to really cause an upset. He's banging his chin left to right. Never been knocked out before, this guy, so that's all right. But I guess the guy he's fought might not have the sort of punching power that Daniel Dubois has. So, yeah, Daniel Dubois does look a monster compared to this guy, but that doesn't mean anything. He kind of looks, you know what Schneider looks like in terms of size and build? He looks like Vlad Tsarenko. I'm not joking. In terms of size, build, and stature, he looks like Vlad Tsarenko. Here we go. Let's get on with this fight now. So I think his record's 18-1, if I'm correct, Schneider. Could be wrong. The man from the Netherlands. Okay, 6'3", so I wasn't too far. 15 stone, 5 pounds, 18 fights, 1 defeat. Dubois, 14 with 13 KOs, 6'5" to 6'3". 15 stone 5 to 17 stone 6 pounds in Dubois. Interesting. So he's another small guy, and I don't like this. This is another small guy that Dubois is fighting when he's preparing to fight a huge guy in Joyce. I don't know how this prepares him, but anyway, Dubois against Schneider for the WBO International Heavyweight Championship. Okay. Dubois bouncing back and forth. Just loosening the limbs up. Daniel Dubois. Right. So while I was doing all that, Schneider got introduced as well. Yeah, he has got the same sort of dimension as Vlad Tsarenko. Tsarenko maybe an inch taller. So, like I said, Dubois must use the jab. Keep this guy on the outside. We're about to go now. 10 rounds or less, possibly. And Dubois has already got to the center of the ring. And here we go. Round one. Dubois races across the ring. Hits him with 2 left jabs. Dubois has already got Schneider's back against the rope. Schneider with those hands up. Back is big right hand from Dubois. And Schneider slips off the ropes there. Schneider just pulled his chin out of the way in time. Schneider backing up against Dubois. I didn't think he'd do that. I thought we'd come straight at Dubois. Hands up. Dubois pushing him to the ropes. So that's good. The forward movement of Dubois. Schneider sitting, just got his back against the rope. That's not where Schneider wants to be. Schneider throws a sharp little right hand over the top. Hands up by Schneider. Moving along the ropes. I wouldn't have advised that for Schneider. Right hand just grazing by Dubois. Dubois like a big cat against Schneider. Physically imposing Dubois. Just walking Schneider back to the ropes. Jab from Dubois. Schneider gets his hands up and tries to close the range. And then throws a short little right hand inside. Nice from Schneider. So we saw it there. Following jab from Dubois. You can see the power of the jab there. Schneider tried to throw a left hook there, but missed badly. A wide left hook as well. I'm telling you, the way Schneider's moving at the moment, he's going to walk. The way he is, Schneider ties Dubois up. The way Schneider is boxing at the moment, he is a candidate for what left jab, right hand through the middle. Seriously. He is a candidate for 1-2. Right through the middle. His guard is up, but it's that left jab, right hand combination will put Schneider out if he continues to box like this. Off the back foot again. It's the good body shot there, and down goes Schneider from a body shot from Dubois. That's pretty disappointing, really. Body shot. Okay. Nice little body shot there from Dubois. And Dubois going to charge in now and try and take Schneider out of there. But I don't know what this proves. Down goes Schneider again, but he gets a count. He got pushed down, actually, but the referee's still giving Schneider a count. Okay. Box on, says the ref. Schneider backs the ropes again, tucks up. Dubois digging to the body again. Dubois for another body shot, another one. It's all quite messy at the moment. And Schneider's trying to get close and gets pushed down. Schneider looks uncomfortable here. This fight may get stopped in a moment. Very, very disappointing. If they go back to the corner end of the round, very disappointing, because if this is, you know what I mean, Schneider decided to go off the back foot to fight Dubois, which is just, I thought he were taking the fight to Dubois to make it Ricardo Schneider. How can your stream be around faster? This is live from BT at the moment. It's a nice body shot there from Dubois, but it all looked a bit scrappy to me, to be honest. All very scrappy stuff. I wonder how hurt Schneider actually is from all these punches, you know, because you look again, he gets hit with a body shot. Okay, but all the rest of the stuff is quite scruffy on the inside from. It's not clean work from Dubois. Round 2. Dubois comes out with the left jab. 1, 2, 3 again. Dubois just sticking body shots. And down goes Schneider again by body shots. He's got his hands on his hips. Disappointing himself. Shakes his head. Fight's over. This really is really dreadful. I mean, absolutely dreadful. Schneider for the first part of the fight decided to go off the back foot. It wasn't even a knock; it was just a body shot. It's like, you know what? I can't take the money and gone for it. I thought Schneider would put in a bit more of a fight, but this does nothing for Daniel Dubois. Absolutely nothing. He looked scrappy on the inside. Just very poor, very, very poor for me. Wanted a little bit more. Really wanted a little bit more, but it is what it is. If you're happy that Daniel, if you're happy with this sort of preparation for Daniel Dubois to fight Joyce, it's not good. It's not the sort of so the two guys he fought in preparation. The first guy he fought was that Fujimoto, and I fought this guy. I mean, if you, oh dear, the shots, the left hook to the body was nice. The right hand's nice, but the rest of it really grazing shots. I mean, the punches he's hit Schneider with, I mean, of course they're heavy with Daniel Dubois, but they weren't devastating shots. They weren't devastating shots at all. So, congratulations, Daniel Dubois. No upset tonight. And yeah, he looks a bit embarrassed himself, Daniel Dubois. Doesn't quite know where to put his face. I'd be embarrassed too. I mean, Frank's got to do better than this. Come on, man. I mean, the guy wasn't even the same size as Dubois. He's 15 stone 5. The guy before that was a blown up super middleweight, probably. I mean, it's not good preparation to be fighting Joe Joyce. It really isn't. Fujimoto was a kickboxer. The guy was a small buff guy. A win is a win. It's not a warm up. These warm up, you need to have decent warm up fights to prepare you for who you're fighting. You need to prepare yourself for who you're fighting. And these two guys, basically, those two guys have been nowhere near preparing him to fight Joe Joyce. So, what the best preparation, in all honesty, that Daniel Dubois has had so far in his career is Richard Lartey. That was worse than Hay versus the Cobra. That was worse than Hay versus the Cobra. My word. Prime Ingram. I don't know about a Prime Ingram. I know that our old Ingram sparred around with Dave Allen. Yeah, I know that much. And it was very painful. I noticed when I was in the ring with him trying to turn him and realized, hold on, this guy's not a welterweight, this guy's not a middleweight, this guy's a heavyweight. Yeah, it was painful to say the least sparring with Dave Allen. And I'm nowhere near the size of Dave Allen. So you can imagine how that went down in Sheffield. Fun though, I enjoyed it. But it just reminded me that, you know, even though I used to box years ago, this sport, you need to be dedicated, you need to be lots of shape. Great fitness is key. So I don't know what Daniel Dubois is learning from these fights. I would like somebody to interview Frank and say, Frank, the last two fights, how was this prepared him to fight Joe Joyce? I don't want to hear afterwards, oh, you know, he didn't get enough learning fights. I don't want to hear, oh, well, you know, Daniel Dubois didn't prepare properly for the fight. He's now getting ready to fight Joe Joyce. If you look at Joe Joyce's last couple opponents, the Michael Wallish fight, look up the size of Michael Wallish. A big guy. You know, and Wallish threw punches back to Joyce. So he gave opposition. I would like to see Dubois fight something like Michael Wallish. That would have been a good fight for him. Do you understand? Or fight Ustinov. Or fight Whack. Why is Dubois not fought guys like Whack and Ustinov? Why is it that he's fighting blown up cruiserweights? I mean, I don't get it. He's a bully boy, like I said, flat track bully. This is doing nothing for Daniel Dubois' development because he's going to think I can just walk in the ring and just blow guys out like this. You actually believe it. You actually believe that that's the way all boxing goes until you get a rude awakening when somebody hits you back hard on the chin. But just look at it. It's not good. a fight is better than nothing. Well, I'm afraid to say, people, that this is unacceptable. I'm sorry. At all levels of manner, it's unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Say, Fujimoto, kickboxer. Joe, main event, embarrassing. Yeah, it's very embarrassing. Now, Frank, mate, that was, I hate to say, and I'm a big supporter of Frank Warren, but that was as Frank Maloney once said, at least Jack the Ripper wore a mask. That was a robbery in itself. If Joe can take an early onslaught, he will bust the fight later. In fact, I'm telling you. But Joe's a better boxer than Dubois. Joe's a better boxer than Dubois. I'm sorry. Dubois is big and he's strong, but he's got no science behind him. He's just a big, strong guy that comes right with clubbing punches. He's not got great boxing ability. He really hasn't. Mate, last minute opponent. You make too many excuses, and when it all goes wrong, you go missing, Ruben. Mate, I'm telling you, go missing when it goes wrong. Daniel Dubois. And you know what? The strange thing is, for Frank Warren, this is unlike Frank Warren, because Frank Warren usually builds your guys up with good. He looks after the this sort of preparation that he's got right here, Dubois. You'd have thought he was a matchroom fighter. No disrespect. You'd have thought he's a matchroom fighter, because the way he's been set up here, it's not good. I don't know who's behind Daniel Dubois. Is it because they don't trust his chin? Is it because they don't trust something they're not happy with? Because look at the opponents he's fighting. They're not testing. Then you look at Joe Joyce, a lot older. They're fast-tracking Joe Joyce. Bermain Stavern. What's his name? What's this guy's name? Bright Jennings. His first fight was against Ian Lewison. Well, for God's sake, why didn't you fight Ian Lewison? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not good. It's not good how Dubois is being prepared here. I don't think anyway. Yep, Dubois is next, I guess. I suppose a fight is better than nothing. Well, that wasn't a fight. Neighborhood bully Dubois. That's what I'm thinking. He's a flat track bully. That was intended opponent. 5 was pretty good. Okay, well, maybe he was too good. The BT Sport following are a different breed to the Matchroom Sky Matchroom Wongs. They will be embarrassed. That was embarrassing. Hay versus the Maggot, the YouTube fighter. Yeah, well, at least you had fans there, and it was the return of David Hay. That was disgusting. I'm sorry, Frank. There's no way you can defend that, mate. There's no way you can defend that. You know what I mean? That's just sorry. That's not good. You know what? You know who Dubois reminded me of, and you're gonna say to me this. You're not gonna like this, yeah? Frank Bruno. If you look at Frank Bruno's early career, he fought a whole lot of guys he was knocking over real early. Remember Frank? Knocked guys over that were not very good fighters. Just blow them over because they were big punchers. You know? And that's a worry. It's a real worry for me. Because any Daniel Dubois fan should be concerned. Should have serious concerns. Because what's his preparation? It says, honestly, I can see more entertainment in Liverpool City Centre tonight than that fight. Awful, just awful. It was awful. Anybody can justify that fight. And I blame the opponent, because I've seen the opponent put on better fights. I've seen the opposition come and have a go. He didn't want to have a go. From the first minute, he was backwards touching the ropes. That's a guy that was not interested. So I blame the opponent. I think Joe's Olympic silver medal can even win boxing. Dubois can't match Joe for boxing medal. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling people. He cannot match. You've got to remember, Joe Joyce beat Herkovich not too long ago. He beat him not too long ago. What's Danny Dubois' biggest win? What's he done? I don't understand what all this hype's about Danny Dubois. I really don't. He's a big guy. He can punch. He's had a few knockouts. So what? And the first time a guy hit him back, he didn't know what to do. He panicked. Richard Lartey was his biggest fight and his most testing fight of his career. That is Richard Lartey. That's not Joe Joyce. And Joe Joyce is going to be coming to hit him back and hit him back hard. Right? Joe Joyce ain't messing around. Joe Joyce ain't messing around. I believe Joe Joyce has already done some damage to Dubois before when he was younger. So what they're going to hope to do is that Joe Joyce will start slow and Dubois will charge him. That's what I think they're going to try and do. But that fight proves nothing. I don't care what Frank says. That's Joe Joyce now. I want to hear what Joe Joyce has got to say. Let me see if I can get what Joe Joyce has got to say here.
All right, guys?
Yeah. Away you go. What did you see?
How's everything going?
We're good. We're doing good. The question is, please respond to what you've seen and heard so far tonight.
Yeah, it was something I thought Dubois was going to do. I thought he was going to get the stoppage in round 1, but he nearly did. And it was something to be expected. Like, it was a shame that he didn't have Pfeiffer as his fight, because I was really interested in watching that fight. And Schneider, all credit to him coming down and taking a beating. He wasn't, it was just, easy day's work. I mean, I would have done the same to him, maybe got him out there quicker. I don't know. But Dubois is definitely a devastating puncher. So, it's interesting to watch. And it was almost like I was getting ready to go in there with him. I was like getting the adrenaline, like going like, it's good. I can't wait.
And are you training, Joe, every day with Daniel Dubois at the forefront of your mind?
Yeah, I'm training hard as I can, and I'm just waiting for the confirmation so I can really, get. I've been ticking over, and I've got it's quite a long camp until from my fight till October 24th. So I've been preparing diligently. It's just a shame with how everything's happened, and I haven't got a chance to go back to Vegas and. It's just one of those things.
Sure. I've got David Hay alongside me. I think we'll bring in David now. Maybe one or two more of the more technical aspects. Your territory.
Hey, Joe. We just wondering what are the weapons of Dubois that are in your mind when you're thinking about his weapons, the things that you got to look out for. What are they?
Well, he showed them body shots that landed very nicely in his midsection. So those are the kind of shots I'd have to watch out for. And also, I think one of you mentioned his jab. And yeah, he's got a great jab. I remember sparring him on the GB setup. And yeah, he's got a great jab. So that's one thing that's the first thing that's going to try and hit me, or knowing me, probably hit me. But yeah, so it's, there's things for me to think of.
Yeah. What did you feel? Did you review your last fight, and what did you take from? I know it was a quick stoppage, but what did you take from that fight?
Oh, it was just great to get back in the ring. I mean, that studio where you are now is not bad to box, and it was good to get back out there after a whole year. And it was quite a quick, short notice. So I only had a couple of weeks to get ready for that fight. So, but it was good, man, and I enjoyed it. I just can't wait to get on with the big one now.
So what we're taking from what you've told us already, Joe, is that you are completely focused on the prospect of this fight against Daniel Dubois, hopefully at the end of October. I'm intrigued to know, given the scale and the style of Dubois and the athleticism he offers, what kind of sparring partners have you got in mind? Because that might be so very important.
I've got some very tasty sparring partners in mind, and word on the street, they might have given Daniel some trouble. So with my experience, I was quite comfortable in there.
Okay, and who are they?
And well, you're just gonna have to work that out.
I knew that wouldn't work. I just knew. And of course, it's very difficult to bring fellas in from overseas at the moment, isn't it? Another difficulty in this situation.
So that's the other thing we've got to deal with, because most of the sparring has got to come from the UK or at least Europe, because the quarantining and where that's going. So we're in a difficult time where we're going to have to work with what we got. And but I mean, there's plenty of talent in the UK. Like there's so many great heavyweights. This seems to be the mecca of heavyweight boxing. There's so there's great choice.
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you very much for being on the show tonight. It is always a pleasure, and you are front and centre in this heavyweight wave that we're all enjoying so much at the moment. Win, lose or draw, should the Daniel Dubois fight take place. And we all hope for the best, but we understand the indecision surrounding it. Thanks very much, and we'll see you very soon. And Steve, back down to you, of course, with Frank Warren once more, and the king of all our heavyweights.
Thanks so much indeed, Paul. Yeah, I've been keeping these two waiting all night because they've both been
So there you have it. That's Joe Joyce's thoughts and things. You don't sleep on Joe Joyce. He's got the better record. He's got the better resume. He's a more experienced fighter, and he'll have a better camp. You know what I mean? And if you'd put Dubois in the amateurs against Hrgović, Dubois would never have beaten Hrgović in the amateurs. That's a fact. Do you understand? So I don't buy that Dubois is better than Hrgović, and I don't buy that Dubois is. I know guys who sparred Dubois, and I've heard the stories back about Dubois. But you guys are going to understand. See now you're listening to what I said to you. When I was telling you all, you won't listen to me earlier on. When I was telling you all earlier on about Dubois and the sparring sessions, Joe Joyce has got this. The same people that sparred Joe Joyce are the same people that sparred Daniel Dubois. What I need you to do, I'm not going to say no more, right? I'm not going to say no more to you all, but there is a significant interview I did, and a young man who sparred both Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois weeks between one another, sparred both of them, right? And he told me that Dubois can punch and Joyce can punch, but Dubois doesn't like pressure. He doesn't like it when you put it on him. So you all carry on out there. You all carry on. As soon as the bookies open, I'm running to the bookies for Joyce versus Dubois. That's easy money. But you all carry on. You'll learn. Right. I think that's it. It's not what Joe says. It's not what Joe says, but you have to learn. You'll have to learn about this one. It's not what Joe says. It's what's happened. You all think I just sit behind a keyboard and just do this commentary. Nah. One of the beautiful things about having contacts in boxing is that you hear intel, you hear about other fighters, you hear how sparring goes. So I said something to you earlier on about Dubois sparring. But some things you can't change mentally. If you're a flat track bully, you're a flat track bully. And if Dubois is a flat track bully against a guy like Joyce, that's a bad sign. And they've sparred before. And when they sparred before, it wasn't good for Dubois. Okay? So Dubois knows what Joyce is about. Believe me. You're going to find out. Who likes it when it's put on you? Nobody. Some guys rise to the occasion when it's put on them. Some guys handle pressure very well. I can name you a number of fighters that when it was put on them, they responded well. Evander Holyfield responded very well when it was put on him. In fights against George Foreman and Riddick Bowe. That's great fighters. When it's put on them, they know how to respond. Salute. Where did they find? Yeah, Mayweather loved it as well. There's another one. Mayweather loved being attacked. Yeah, he has no back foot game, Daniel Dubois. So he's a front foot bully. He's got no back foot game. Dubois, where is he improving? Where's the improvements? How can you be improving when you fight two cruiserweights? Man, let me go off the street, man. I'm wasting my time talking, man. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the evening, and we'll see you all. It's not hate about Daniel Dubois, but let me ask you one question. One question. Who has Daniel Dubois fought in his career that gives you such confidence that he beats Joe Joyce? Name me one guy. He's 22 and he's learning on the job. Who did he fight in his amateur career? What did he do in his amateur career? What did he do in the amateurs? He choked in the amateurs. That's a fact. So when you talk about guys, there's pedigree and there's track records for a reason. Dubois got no amateur track record to talk about. Then you talk about Joyce. It's like talking about Manchester United versus Manchester FC. Big difference. They both play football. In other words, they both can punch. They're both heavyweights. But that's where it stops between Manchester United and Manchester FC. That is literally the difference between, it's literally man and boy. Literally man and boy between Dubois and Joyce. Take away all the fandom, all the sort of hype. Strip it down bare to the bare facts. It's man versus boy. It's man versus boy in the amateurs. It's man versus boy in the pros. The quality of opposition he fought in the amateurs, the quality of opposition he's fought in the pros. Look at the quality of opposition that Joyce fought in the amateurs. And some of those guys today are making their names as pros today. Then talk about the type of guys Dubois fought as an amateur. Talk about the guys that Dubois fought as a pro. Why does he keep fighting cruiserweights? I said the same stuff. I said the same stuff as well about Luis Ortiz. I said, why is Luis Ortiz fighting guys who can't punch? And then I looked into his amateur pedigree and saw he got chinned by a light heavyweight. So there's a reason why those things are there. Go back and look at when Dubois fought Larty. That's Larty we're talking about. Not Joyce, who's going to hit him. You remember, Joyce can punch very hard. And here's another thing for you all to think about. F.A. Jagba fought a young man the other day and got dropped by that young man. The Nigerian Nightmare, F.A. Jagba. Joyce got hit with the same punches and walked straight through him and knocked that guy over. So you've got to really look at those things. Joyce is an experienced man. Joyce is not an old man. You see, that's the sort of stuff you'll learn. You'll learn. Go. You know what? Put your money, Madman Menace. Go put your money in your mouth where your mouth is. See what? Go bet your house on Dubois beating Joyce. Go do that. Go and do that. It's all right talking on YouTube. Go and actually put your money on it. Yeah. So it is what it is. It is what it is. If you want to talk about boxing, not fantasy boxing, not make it up as you go along, facts. What did Dubois achieve as an amateur? Nothing compared to Dubois, compared to Joe Joyce. What has he done as a pro? Yeah, he won the British title, but okay, fine. But who did he fight? Nathan Gorman was scared to fight him. And Nathan Gorman was picture perfect for Dubois. Left jab, right hand down the pipe. Said it. You put a bag on him already. Okay, mate. Wherever you put that bag, let me know so I can use it. And I can I'll buy myself a new microphone with that bag. Buy myself really expensive microphone. So we'll do that, yeah? How's that sound? I'll see you in November. Wherever you are, I'll see you in November. How can you go life and death for Richard Larty, yeah? And then say you're going to beat Joe Joyce? I'll behave. Come on, man. Behave. 1,000 on DD win. Interesting, yep. It may be £1,000 Monopoly money. I don't think it's really £1,000. No. Jeez, man. Mate, all you have to just do one thing. Just go on the box rec, Danny Dubois' record, and box rec Joe Joyce's record, and look at the resume of the fighters. My point is, I sat next to Audley Harrison at college, meaning we're good buddies. Tottenham College, yeah? In the 90s, 1993, me and Audley sit together in college. So I'm telling you, my cousin managed Audley Harrison. So there's nothing you can tell me over YouTube. I can tell you stuff about Audley you don't know about Audley. You don't know nothing about Audley. Audley wasn't dedicated. And Audley, he wasn't dedicated to the sport. All this career went wrong the minute he went to BBC Studios, and I'll leave it as that. You only got that £1 million deal. It was the worst thing that happened to Audley Harrison's career. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you about Audley Harrison. I went to college with Audley. Me and him sat down and did the same course together. City and Guilds. 481. Recreational leisure. Audley sat right next to me. And Audley would leave class to go and have his amateur fights. That Audley Harrison. Same Audley Harrison. You don't believe me? Go and check it out. Hazel Bruno. Hazel Bruno. Check out Hazel Bruno. Hazel Bruno is actually, he was his manager until Audley fought Danny Williams. Before he fought Danny Williams, he was unbeaten. Then she got rid of him. I'm picking Dubois over Joyce, though Joyce going to take the payday because he's going to try and build Dubois up as the next British heavyweight star. Okay. Listen. Audley got seriously damaged from boxing. So that's not good, man. It's not good. It's not good. Boxing has damaged Audley a lot. And he was complaining about having a lot of headaches and stuff like that. So yeah. Back to my point. Audley had an Olympic gold medal, but Audley did not do the things he needed to do and cut corners in training and was more interested in being a celebrity than he ever was being a world heavyweight champion. And I'll tell you something else about Audley Harrison. I'll tell you one thing else about Audley Harrison. Another thing people don't talk about Audley Harrison, not only that he took the celebrity away, but the sort of backbiting and backstabbing and nastiness that was happening in the UK about Audley Harrison. A lot of top experts that you see running around here, a couple working for BT, were not particularly nice to Audley Harrison in his career. You can subscribe to me and you see me in October. I tell you what, you can see me for the Dillian White fight. You can see me for the Jessica McCaskill fight. You can see me for the first Anthony Joshua Ruiz fight when I predicted and told the world that Ruiz could beat Anthony Joshua. All right? And I told you exactly how it was going to happen. So I'll see you in October. Don't go in there and don't duck me. October, I'll be here waiting. Ain't not much going to change between now and October. Dubois still going to come forward in straight lines, his chin up in the air. He's going to get put to sleep. He's going to get put to sleep. Audley was on coke, fact. That's your fact. Like, and what difference does that make if he was on coke? What's your point? What's your point? I understand your point. Audley was on coke. What's that got to do with the price of fish? I'm drinking a bottle of yacht now, but that doesn't mean anything. Audley was a very good amateur. In fact, a better amateur than Anthony Joshua. You might not like to hear that. Audley won his gold medal on the road, if you remember. He didn't win it in London. Audley was so mad when Hay did what he couldn't do, going his way. Yeah, well, it does happen. It does happen. Let me get out of here now. Right. Thank you all for watching. Explain his headaches. Furious and coke, look at you now. Explain his headaches. Too many punches to the head, my friend. I'm out of here. Have a really great night. Take care. Thank you all for watching, as always. Yeah.